L. Vance was asked to move from first class until the pilot clocked the Dagger and Waves emblem on her back and froze. A woman boarded a pure British Airways Watty jet and took her seat in the first class. She'd paid for the ticket with her own quid and had all the documentation to back it up, but the other passengers and even the cabin crew looked at her like she was a bit out of place. They probably thought she was trying to blag someone else's seat. But the reality was miles off. She settled down, got her book out, and started reading. However, the Hay cabin crew manager, Sarah, popped over and asked her to shift so they could give the actual first-class punter her seat. The actual first-class passenger was none other than Lady Penelope Ashworth, the CEO of some massive firm. She was used to getting her own way and wasn't about to take any nonsense. Our protagonist, Eleanor Vance, felt proper humiliated. Everyone was staring, but she knew she hadn't done anything wrong. Still, she got up and was just about to concede the seat when the cabin crew manager noticed something on her back. It was a tattoo. The crew manager hadn't ever seen that sort of ink before. It was the Dagger and Waves emblem, the badge of the Schadery Special Boat Service, SBS. It suddenly became crystal clear that the woman wasn't just an our SBS operative. She was our lieutenant commander, Captain Alistair Davies. The pilot was absolutely stunned. He immediately jumped out of his seat and dashed over to the woman. "Ma'am, I'm terribly sorry about this. You can have my seat. I'll stick to the back of the plane," the captain said. No, it's honestly fine. I don't mind sitting here," she replied, keeping her cool. The pilot still felt a bit gutted, couldn't believe his crew would treat such a decorated guest so appallingly. He made sure to personally wait on her for the rest of the trip and gave her a swanky pair of Bose headphones. The other punters were gobsmacked by the pilot's behavior. They'd never seen him so attentive to a single passenger. He then made an announcement over the tannoy. "Attention passengers, I'd like to introduce our special guest on board, Lieutenant Commander Eleanor Vance. She's a highly decorated service woman, and we're dead chuffed to have her on our flight from London Heathrow to Edinburgh. Could you all please give her a round of applause?" Everyone clapped politely, but they still couldn't quite believe she was with the SBS. After we'd taken off, the pilot brought her a proper fresh cuppa and asked if he could offer her a glass of decent champagne. "I owe you an apology, I really do. My crew and I hadn't a clue who you were and we treated you terribly. I'm truly gutted, I am," he said. "It's all right. I understand you didn't know me and acted accordingly." "No bother at all," she replied. As the flight carried on, more and more people realized they'd been a bit rude to her. They couldn't believe she was an SBS lieutenant commander, and they felt awful for judging her. A few even had the decency to apologize directly. When we touched down, the pilot personally escorted her off the plane and helped her with her bags. He then introduced her to another SBS bloke, Major Tom Harrison, who was there to collect her. The other passengers watched, amazed, as the two SBS operatives exchanged military salutes and greetings. They couldn't believe they'd been so rude to such an important person. This story shows us that you should never judge someone on face value. This woman might have looked quite ordinary, but she was actually a highly trained SBS lieutenant commander. She didn't let the other passengers' rudeness get to her, and she handled the whole situation with grace and dignity. In the end, she got the respect she deserved.